Here I am, your tech-challenged, scratchy-voiced, 86-year-old advocate for improved senior health. This video is key to me because it encapsulates my lifelong fear of becoming decrepit. As a child, I observed elderly relatives who struggled to walk or perform the ordinary tasks of life. My reaction raised the question of, what is the use of living if you cannot enjoy life or even look after yourself? What happens when you live with the fear of falling? The fear of falling is based on a conversation with Gemini AI and my lifelong experience. Vertigo is a disarming and vexing problem. Once experienced, ordinary activities, even walking, become a challenge. There is the nagging fear of a misstep that leads to a broken limb or a busted head. In the steel mills, we knew that a lapse of safety could be a death sentence. But as a senior, that accident happens in your own living room. I've seen my peers go from vital to gone after a single slip. How deep does this danger actually run? The danger is even more significant than most realize. If we look at the incident reports for our age group, the data is staggering. The frequency. More than 1 out of 4 elder adults fall each year. At 86, that probability is even higher. The fatalities. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related death for adults 65 and older. In 1923 alone, over 41,000 seniors died from preventable falls. The long-term disability. Every year there are 3 million emergency room visits and about 1 million hospitalizations specifically due to falls. For someone age 85 or older, the death rate from a fall is nearly 20 times higher than for someone 65 to 74. When a senior becomes afraid, they develop post-fall syndrome. They start to restrict their movements. They stay in the chair because the chair feels safe and comfortable. It's a trap. Moving less causes sarcopenia, which is a fancy name for muscle wasting. The result, your legs get weaker, your balance sensors get rustier, and you actually double your chances of falling again simply by being afraid. So, the fear of falling itself is a hazard. If you let it paralyze you, you're just preparing your body for the very fall you're trying to avoid. The statistics show that a hip fracture, one of the most common fall injuries, carries a 27% chance of death within a single year for a senior. A single fall-related hospitalization can cost upwards of $30,000 to $50,000, a direct hit to that money and leisure we all want in our golden years. Where and why falls happen? The data reveals that most falls aren't dramatic accidents. They are accidents of the mundane. They occur during routine activities and in familiar settings. Where? The home is the primary hazard zone. Statistically, about 60% of senior falls happen inside the home. The danger is concentrated in 3 specific areas. Number 1, the bathroom. This is the most dangerous room. The combination of slippery surfaces, for example tile, moisture, and the physical transitions required, getting in and out of a tub or on or off a toilet, create a perfect storm for a slip. Then there's the bedroom. Most falls occur during transferring. That's getting out of bed too quickly, especially in the dark, to use the bathroom. Then there's the stairs and thresholds. Often it's not a full flight of stairs, but a single unexpected step down or raised doorway. You catch the threshold with your toe. And when it happens, it's the danger of transitional moments. Falls rarely happen when a person is fully focused on a complex task. They happen during transitions. Well, there's the midnight dash between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m., low light, grogginess, and urgency to reach the bathroom lead to many hip fractures. Post-meal or post-medicine. Blood pressure can drop after eating, and there's a fancy name for that. Postprandial hypertension, or shortly after taking certain medications, leading to dizziness when standing up. Then there's the hurry-up syndrome. The phone rings. Someone knocks on the door, or the oven timer goes off. The sudden shift from rest to movements cause a lapse in focus and balance. And boom, you're down. The mechanics of the fall. Understanding how helps seniors identify their own specific risks. There's the trip and stumble, usually caused by decreased foot clearance. As we age, we often stop lifting our feet high enough. A rug edge or an uneven sidewalk can become a major trip hazard. Slips. Slips occur on slick surfaces where the heel strikes and slides forwards. This is common in kitchens, and it's very common in bathrooms. A sudden dizzy spell, head rush, when moving from sitting to standing. The how here is a momentary loss of consciousness or leg strength. Then there's the environmental obstacles. There's clutter blindness. It's real. Seniors must navigate around boxes of furniture they've intended to move for years, but one moment of distraction leads to a collision. Outdoor falls can even be more physically punishing than indoor ones, because they usually involve harder surfaces like concrete, asphalt, or stone. Here is a breakdown of the where, when, and how for those specific outdoor scenarios. Number 1, porches and steps. It's a depth perception trap. Falls on porches and steps are often less about slipping and more about visual miscalculation. There's a final step error. A massive number of porch falls occur on the very last step. As we age, our depth perception can struggle with the monochrome surfaces. Example, all gray concrete, all brown wood. The brain assumes it has reached the ending when there is still one more 7-inch drop. Then there's the shadow play. Outdoor steps are subject to moving shadows. Late afternoon sun can create dark bars that mimic the edge of a step, causing a senior to high step or short step, leading to a loss of balance. The porch threshold. Many porches have a lip or a raised weather strip at the door. We often forget it's there when we are focused on our keys or carrying groceries. Then there's walking the dog. The leash becomes a danger of entanglement. Walking a dog is fantastic for health, but it introduces a living, breathing trip hazard that can move in any direction at any speed. There's the squirrel reflex. This is the leading cause of dog walking falls. If a dog lunges suddenly, it creates a sudden pull that a senior's core muscles may not be fast enough to counter. This often results in a forward face plant or shoulder dislocation. My own mother broke her shoulder while walking her lab. Then there's leash wrapping. Smaller dogs are notorious for orbiting their owners. It only takes one circle for the leash to wrap around the ankles. When the owner tries to take a step, they are effectively hog-tied and fall on their face. Then there's the retractable leash danger. Many experts warn against retractable leashes for seniors. They allow the dog to bullet up to significant momentum before the snap at the end of the line, which can easily yank a person off their feet. Then there's the sidewalks and curbs, the co-tetch. While walking, the most common how is the stumble trip. Reduced foot clearance as we age. Our gait changes. We don't lift our toes as high as we used to. An uneven sidewalk slab raised by only half an inch is enough to catch a toe and cause a fall. Then there's the curb misstep. It often happens when crossing the street and rushing to beat a light. The transition from the flat road to the raised curb require a higher level of step. That can fall if the person is tired, or that can fail if the person is tired or distracted. Then there's the gaze problem. Many people fall because they are looking 10, 15, or more feet ahead at a destination rather than scanning the ground 3 to 5 feet in front of them for debris, ice, uneven pavement, or other hazards. Here are some specific tactical tips you can use. Number 1, ditch the retractable leash. The most important tactical change a senior can make is to their gear. A fixed length leash, 4 to 6 feet. Retractable leashes are a major culprit in falls. They allow a dog to build up a running start before the line snaps taut, which can easily jerk a person off balance. A shorter, fixed leash keeps the dog's center of gravity close to yours. Then there's the hands-free waist belt. For those with good core strength, a waist leash can be safer than a hand leash. It prevents the dog from suddenly yanking an arm, which can cause a shoulder injury or a twist, and keep the self centered on the person's heaviest point, the pull centered on the person's heaviest point. Then there's the front clip harness. This is a game changer for pullers. When the dog pulls, the harness gently steers them back towards the owner rather than letting them put their full weight into a forward lunge. Then there's the active stance technique. How a senior holds themselves while walking can be the difference between a stumble and a fall. The core braced walk. Keep a slightly bent knee. A locked out leg is much easier to knock over than a springy one. Then there's the thumb lock grip. Instead of wrapping the leash around the wrist, which can break a wrist if the dog bolts, use the thumb lock loop. Loop the handle over the thumb and close the fist. This allows for a firm grip, but lets the leash go if the situation becomes dangerous. And, very important, no phone walking. This is a distraction trap. A senior needs 100% of their visual focus on the terrain and the dog's body language, not some phone. Understanding the dog's triggers can prevent the how of the fall. The parked position. If another dog, a squirrel, or a loud truck approaches, park the dog. Sit the dog down and shorten the leash before the distraction passes. This gives us the stable base we need. Curb discipline. Always stop at every curb. This resets the gait and ensures the senior is looking at the transition from road to sidewalk, which is a prime toe-catching zone. Choosing the right dog is the ultimate fall prevention strategy. A 70-pound energetic lab is a different beast than a 20-pound senior dog that just wants to sniff the grass. Here is a quick scan checklist to post on your front door, a sort of pre-flight check for the walk. Number 1, check your gear. Your footwear. Are your shoes snug? No backless slippers or loose loafers allowed. The leash. Is it fixed length, 4 to 6 feet? Ditch that retractable one for better control. Visuals. Do you have your glasses on? Clean lenses mean fewer toe catches on uneven pavement. The terrain and environment. Weather scan. Is the porch or sidewalk wet, icy, or covered in slick leaves? Light level. If it's dusk or dawn, do you have a clip-on light or high visibility vest? The distraction factor. Is your phone in your pocket, not in your hand? Your eyes belong on the path and the dog. The physical system check. Hydration. Dizziness. Did you just stand up? Wait 10 seconds to ensure your head is clear and your blood pressure is steady. The stance. Remember, soften your knees. Don't walk locked out. Stay springy so you can react if the dog lunges. Hands free. Are your hands empty of everything except the leash? Don't try to carry mail or coffee while managing a dog. These are my tips for today. But be sure to watch our next videos, Advanced Walking Techniques and Life in the Balance. I am Chicago Mike.